Hello student, this is another important video in which we are going to discuss what are the important case laws on Muslim law. Student, we always have some kind of confusion कि कौन से वो important cases हैं जिसको आप Muslim law के लिए refer करोगे. तो I am going to deal not just 10 but I am going to deal just top 15 important judgment but basically 10 important judgments जो आपके लिए important होंगे if you are saying कि examination purpose से कौन से वो important cases हैं जिसको आप priority पे रखोगे. So I will discuss about all the important judgments of Muslim law so that आप अपनी preparation में उसको prefer करोगे. The first important judgment I am taking all the judgments alphabetically, so you should also go alphabetically. The first important judgment that I am referring here, that is Abdul Qadir versus Salima, that is of 1886 judgment. This is very important judgment of Justice Mahmood. Justice Mahmood in this judgment has referred ki what is the nature of Muslim marriage. As I have discussed to you in another my earlier video that in the mains examination this is always been very important question कि Muslim marriage का nature क्या है. So when we discuss about Muslim law की marriage का nature, so there are two important definitions given by the various judges. Now I am taking two important judgments. One that is first of all Abdul Qadir versus Salima 1886. इस judgment में Justice Mahmood के through ये verdict ये observation आया कि जो Muslim law का nature होता है that is simply a contract. It is not just a pure sacrament and thus it is a contract. Reason being that he believes that meher, which is an essential element for the Muslim marriage, is nikah, which is just like a consideration. So in terms of contract, we are having one essential element, that is consideration. Under the Muslim law, Justice Mahmood कहते हैं कि meher is also to be treated as, consideration. Because meher is a consideration, there are two parties, A and B, and one that is meher. It seems like contract. So that is what the nature of Muslim marriage is a pure civil contract, which has been mentioned in this judgment. So this is important for the purpose of your examination. Abdul Qadir versus Salima. I referred Justice Mahmood has given this verdict. Now come to the another point. If Muslim marriage is a pure civil contract, is there any other definition which has been referred? The answer is yes. That is Anis Begum versus Muhammad Istifa. This is also very important judgment when you are dealing with the nature of Muslim marriage. Nature of Muslim marriage. Reason being, in one hand, when we have earlier discussed that Muslim marriage is a contract, in this judgment, Justice Suleiman, and he referred that no, he was not agree that Muslim marriage is a pure civil contract. According to him, that when we discuss about meher, it is a token of respect. It is a token of respect actually, which is said by other jurists also. Meher is not a consideration, because if we consider meher as a consideration, he has given the example. Just take the example of contract of sale of goods. Suppose if there is a contract for giving the payment at the later stage and the payment is not provided, what will happen? The result will be the sale of the goods can be revoked. तो इन्होंने ये एग्जाम्पल दिया कि अगर आप इसको मेहर को कंसिडरेशन मानोगे तो सेल ऑफ गुड्स में तो ये होता है कि अगर आपने पेमेंट नहीं दिया तो यू कैन रिवोक द ट्रांजैक्शन. बट वेदर इट इज पॉसिबल, वेदर इट इज द ट्रू फैक्ट कि मुस्लिम मैरिज में अगर इन आफ्टर दिस मैरिज मेहर इज नॉट पेड देन इट विल बी अ ग्राउंड फॉर डिवोर्स. आंसर इज नो. तो यहां पर उन्होंने बोला दैट मुस्लिम मैरिज इज नॉट जस्ट अ प्योर सिविल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, इट इज ऑल्सो हैविंग सम एलिमेंट्स ऑफ रिलीजियस सेंटिमेंट्स. तो यहाँ पर रिलीजियस भी है और इसीलिए अनीस बेगम वर्सेस मोहम्मद इस्तिफा वली खान इज एन इम्पॉर्टेंट जजमेंट फॉर मुस्लिम लॉ. सो देयर आर टू जजमेंट्स आई हैव रिफर्ड इन टर्म्स ऑफ मुस्लिम मैरिज, नेचर ऑफ मुस्लिम मैरिज. नाउ कम टू द थर्ड इम्पॉर्टेंट केस लॉ. This is the important case law related to the maintenance, as I always referred that this is actually the important judgment after which we realize the Supreme Court is not taking the Muslim customary law into seriousness in that regard कि इद्दत के पीरियड के बाद मेंटेनेंस दोगे कि नहीं. एक्चुअल में इस जजमेंट में एक लॉ क्वेश्चनेबल था. वो लॉ था मुस्लिम विमेन्स राइट्स ऑन डिवोर्स, यानी कि मुस्लिम मैरिज के पास जो राइट्स हैं ऑन डिवोर्स, दैट इज एक्ट ऑफ 1986। इस लॉ को क्वेश्चन किया गया था बाय मुस्लिम पर्सनल लॉ बोर्ड्स, and the question was raised कि that this law is some way or other is going to read down the earlier judgment of Shah Bano। तो यहाँ पर डेनियल लतीफी के जजमेंट में सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने बोला that this act is constitutionally valid। This act provides that as per section 3 the Muslim women who being divorced is entitled to get maintenance under this law। The provision is constitutionally valid, but very important point is that this law has been read down to give some effect to the judgment of Shah Bano, because इस जजमेंट में एक बैलेंस ऑब्जर्वेशन आया। पहली चीज तो एक्ट ऑफ 1986 को कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल डिक्लेयर किया गया, बट सेकेंडली इस लॉ को रीड डाउन करके ये बोला गया दैट द मेंटेनेंस राइट is provided even after the period of iddat। The women is entitled to get the maintenance amount, which is provisional amount, to be taken into consideration even after the duration of iddat period। This is one of the important judgment on the maintenance, and even today we are following the same judgment of Daniel Latifi। Now come to this judgment of Dargah Committee versus Sayyid Hussain Ali of सुप्रीम कोर्ट। यहाँ पर ये जो जजमेंट है, इस जजमेंट में जो बेसिकली जो पॉइंट था वो ये था कि जो वर्शिप जो अमाउंट होता है लाइक सब्सक्रिप्शन और चंदा, क्या उस एक्ट जो ये जो आपका लॉ पास हुआ था बॉम्बे में, क्या वो इट वाज कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनली वैलिड अकॉर्डिंग टू द मुस्लिम लॉ और नॉट। तो यहाँ पर इस एक्ट को कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनली वैलिड बोला गया। दिस जजमेंट इज इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर प्रेजेंट टाइम बिकॉज इन प्रेजेंट टाइम सुप्रीम कोर्ट हैज रिसेंटली discussed about this judgment in the very recent judgment, so that is what I have taken this into consideration। Now another important judgment, that is Govind Dayal versus Inayatullah, and this judgment is related to the right of preemption। As I said, right of preemption is the right over the property, the person who is not actually the owner of property but he claims the right to purchase the property, right to purchase the property। reason इसका ये है that he is having some kind of relation with the actual owner of the property। actual owner of the property के थ्रू वो प्रियोरिटी रखता है कि पहले उसको आप राइट दो कि वो उस प्रॉपर्टी को खरीद पाए। दैट इज गोविंद दयाल वर्सेस इनायतुल्लाह। सो बेसिकली आपसे क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है वेरी स्टेट एग्जामिनेशन से कि गोविंद दयाल वर्सेस इनायतुल्लाह जजमेंट इज रिलेटेड टू विच कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ मुस्लिम लॉ। योर आंसर विल बी द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ प्रियम्पशन। सेकेंडली इट ऑल्सो डील्स विद वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रेशियो कि जब भी आप इसकी बात करोगे तो यू शुड अंडरस्टैंड कि प्रियम्पशन की राइट में आपके पास राइट पहले एग्जिस्ट करना चाहिए एंड देन जब परचेज करोगे आप तब आप उसको क्लेम करोगे। तो जिस ड्यूरेशन में सेल हो रहा है उस ड्यूरेशन से पहले ही आपके पास एग्जिस्टेंस ऑफ राइट होना चाहिए टू क्लेम प्रियम्पशन। This is the ratio which has been dealt under this case। Now come to the another important judgment, that is Hamira Bibi versus Jubaida Bibi। This judgment has been done by Justice Parker और इस judgment में जो बड़ा important concept था that was right of retaining, right of retaining property right in lieu of meher consideration। So this was the important judgment of the Privy Council in which the court held that the women is entitled to get the maintenance amount even with the taking possession of the property and she can retain that property, means to say right of lien till then she has not recovered the amount of meher even when the husband has died and the legal representatives are having the right over the property. If that the woman has having the possession of the property, she can retain till the amount has not been discovered. So that is what आप इसको पढ़ सकते हो, इसको स्टडी करोगे. वाइडल क्यों? क्योंकि इस जजमेंट के थ्रू आपको विमेन का राइट टू रिटेन प्रॉपर्टी पोजेशन इन लिeu ऑफ मेहर समझ में आएगा. This is the judgment. Now come to the another important judgment of the court, that is Imam Bandi versus Mustadi. This judgment is very important regarding the guardianship of the child. When we discuss about the guardianship of child, remember student, the court has shifted, the court has supported the Muslim customary law here. The court said that when we deal with the custody of a child, the mother is having the concept, the custody till a particular limitation period, till the period which is said to be the period of hizanat. But natural father is not the mother. Mother is not the natural guardian. Remember student, under this judgment, the Privy Council said that actually the natural guardian of a child is father. If a father has given this right to any other person, that other person will give the right, will have the right of guardianship, but the mother is not. Mother may have the right which is temporary in terms of hizanat for a short period of time as custody, but she is not the natural guardian under the Muslim law. So if this woman is selling the property of a child, saying that I am the legal guardian, then this is not actually valid, because she not being a natural guardian, how can she sell the property of the child? So we can take this Imam Bandi versus Mustadi judgment of Privy Council related to the issue of natural guardianship. Now we discussed the another important recent judgment. Recent I would not say, because it comes to 2007, and after this there are many other judgments in the same lines, but I would say after Daniel Latifi, this judgment is very important. Iqbal Bano versus State of UP. In this judgment, Supreme Court has done what? Simply reiterated the facts which has been held in Daniel Latifi. तो डेनियल लतीफी में जो भी बोला, उस फैक्ट्स को सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने यहाँ पर रिट्रीट किया और बोला दैट द विमेन इज हैविंग द राइट टू गेट मेंटेनेंस हु बीइंग अ डिवोर्स विमेन इवन द पीरियड लेटर देन द इद्दत पीरियड. सो दैट इज समथिंग व्हिच इज द रिट्रेशन ऑफ डेनियल लतीफी जजमेंट. बट आपको इसको स्टडी इसलिए करना पड़ेगा बिकॉज ये लेटेस्ट है आफ्टर डेनियल लतीफी. नाउ come to this judgment, that is Kapoor Chand versus Kidrun Nisha Begum. ये जजमेंट भी आपके लिए बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट है, बिकॉज हम जब भी एक कॉन्सेप्ट पे बात करते हैं, दैट इज राइट ऑफ मेहर ऑन इमूवेबल प्रॉपर्टी. इफ आई वुड यूज दिस फैक्ट, तो यहाँ पर 3 केसेस हैं इस फैक्ट पर. एक तो अभी आपने पढ़ा, दैट इज हमीरा बीबी जजमेंट, जो मैंने अभी आपको अर्लियर स्लाइड में बताया कि इस जजमेंट में कोर्ट ने बोला कि द वीमेन कैन रिटेन द पोजेशन ऑफ द प्रॉपर्टी. अगर उसके पास पोजेशन है तो सिंपली सी कैन रिटेन द पोजेशन टू रिकवर द मेहर अमाउंट. यहाँ पर जो कपूर चंद का जजमेंट है, जो मैं आपको 3rd पॉइंट पे बता रही हूँ, सेकेंड आई एम स्टिल यूजिंग नॉट हियर बिकॉज लेटर स्टेज वी विल डिस्कस अनदर इंपॉर्टेंट जजमेंट, वर्सेस किदरन निसा. इस जजमेंट में सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा कि इफ देर आर ए बी सी और डी 4 क्रेडिटर्स जिन्होंने किसी डिजीज्ड हस्बैंड से को कुछ लोन दिया है, और देर इज वन दैट इज सी जो कि एक वाइफ है, तो वाइफ का जो मेहर का अमाउंट है विच इज ऑल्सो अनपेड अमाउंट, विच इज मीन्स टू से शी इज द क्रेडिटर, शी शुड बी ट्रीटेड लाइक क्रेडिटर. बट द क्वेश्चन इज, अगर देर आर मोर देन 1 क्रेडिटर्स, whether this women will be given the priority of it or not? The answer is no. She will not be given the priority, but she is just one of the creditor who can recover the property, who can recover the meher amount by purchasing the प्रॉपर्टी। तो इस जजमेंट को आप हमीरा बीबी के साथ क्यों पढ़ रहे हो? क्योंकि यहाँ पर कपूरचंद में सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने क्लैरिफाई कर दिया कि उस मुस्लिम विमेन को मेहर के रूप में अमाउंट तो दोगे, राइट ऑफ लीन भी दोगे, बट प्रियोरिटी इज नॉट टू बी गिवन, कि अगर कई सारे क्रेडिटर्स हैं तो आप उसको प्रियोरिटी नहीं दे रहे। नाउ ये जजमेंट जो कि मैंने आपसे बोला कि ये 3 जजमेंट्स हैं जो आपको पढ़ने हैं, तो ये मैं जजमेंट आपको रिफर कर रही हूँ, दैट इज मैना बीबी का जजमेंट। ये तीनों जजमेंट आपके लिए एग्जामिनेशन के लिए बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट है, बिकॉज मैना बीबी वर्सेस चौधरी वकील अहमद में आपको विमेन के राइट ऑफ रिटेंशन के बारे में बताया गया कि विमेन जब भी व्हेनेवर द विमेन वांट टू क्लेम द राइट ऑफ लीन over the property, remember student, the court held कि आपके पास जो लीन के लिए possession आया हो, that possession must be lawful, not through fraud, anything else। मतलब यहाँ पर आपका possession कैसा होना चाहिए? peaceful and lawful। किसी को डिप्राइव करके फोर्सफुली पोजेशन लेके आप राइट टू लियन बोलोगे मेहर रिकवर करने के लिए, दिस इज नॉट फेयर एक्चुअली। तो ये जो 3 जजमेंट्स हैं कि आप प्रॉपर्टी को के थ्रू मेहर ले सकते हो, कैसे ले सकते हो, ये जजमेंट्स हैं मैना बीबी वर्सेस चौधरी वकील अहमद, कपूरचंद एंड हमीरा बीबी। देयर आर 3 इंपॉर्टेंट जजमेंट्स ऑन द विमेन्स राइट टू रिटेन पोजेशन ऑफ अ प्रॉपर्टी इन लिeu ऑफ मेहर अमाउंट। Now I'm shifting to the another important judgment, and I hope that there is not a single student who would have not heard about this judgment, Muhammad Ahmad versus Shah Bano। It has always been a very controversial judgment which has been issued for a longer time, and इसका इफेक्ट ये हुआ था कि 1986 का एक्ट पास हुआ to nullify its effect, because ultimately the parliament has to say that we are not going to interfere in the Muslim law, although that the law was also criticized। Muhammad Ahmad versus Shah Bano judgment में Supreme Court has given the very progressive judgment, even coming outside of its scope as it was suggested, but actually it was not, कि मेहर का अमाउंट कितना और कब मिलेगा। तो यहाँ पर the court has given the meher amount to the women who has crossed the age of 60 on the basis of social legislation, that she should be given the right of meher। तो यहाँ पर the women was entitled to get the maintenance amount even after the iddat period। This was the actually starting for the controversy of the whole scenario, that Muslim women is having the right to get maintenance even after the iddat period, which is actually a very short period of time। इस पीरियड के बाद इसको नलिफाई करने के लिए we are having the law which is Muslim women's rights on divorce, protection of rights on divorce, the act of 1986। और इस जजमेंट को रीड डाउन करने के लिए हम कौन सा जजमेंट लेके आए थे? that is Daniel Latifi versus Union of India। इसके अलावा when we go through another important judgment, that is नूर सबा खातून वर्सेस मोहम्मद कासिम। इस जजमेंट में सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने ये चीज बोला कि when we discuss about section 125 of CRPC as about maintenance, and when we discuss about section 3 of the act of 1986, यहाँ पर the women is entitled to the right in the parallel situation। She can claim the maintenance even under section 125, she can claim the maintenance under section 3, but when we talk about children, तो you need to go through what the object of the law is। तो चिल्ड्रंस को मेंटेनेंस कब तक मिलेगा? तो एज पर मुस्लिम पर्सनल लॉज एंड द लॉ ऑफ दिस एक्ट, द चाइल्ड हु रिमेन्स विद द मदर, he or she is entitled to get maintenance till the whole duration of 2 years। but section 125 जो मेंटेनेंस देता है वो above that age दिया गया है। इस मीन यहाँ पर section 125 of CRPC में the child is entitled to get maintenance even after that particular period of time given under section 3 of the Act of 1986 till he or he attained the age of majority, including if there is any girl child, she can claim the maintenance even for the marriage of the girl child. So all these were discussed in this judgment, and the provision for the maintenance of the child is given under section 125 of CRPC. Now I'm discussing about another important judgment related to the property right, that is Sardar Nawaz Ali Khan versus Sardar Ali Raza Khan in 1947 Privy Council का judgment means very important judgment. When we deal with the property transfer, we are having two kinds of right. One, that is life interest, and second, that is life estate. Right, whenever we are going to transfer any property, transfer of immovable property, आप जब प्रॉपर्टी का ट्रांसफर करते हो तो इफ यू आर गोइंग टू इम्पोज एनी कंडीशन, यू मे इम्पोज द कंडीशन whether it is a life interest or it is a life estate. Please remember student, life interest and life estate both are having the different concept. When we deal with the life interest, it means that the interest means to say that if I am talking about A and B and we deal with X property, if I would say कि मैंने B को life interest दिया है तो इसका मतलब कॉर्पस जो है वो as it is रहेगा, बट इसके जो इंटरेस्ट हैं वो आपने क्या किए, इसको ट्रांसफर कर दिए. सो दैट इज व्हाट life in life interest means right of the enjoyment of property you have transferred. But when we say life estate, it means the whole property is transferred to B, means corpus is transferred to B for the life of B. This is the concept of life estate. Under the Muslim law, it does not recognize the concept of life estate. It only and only to some way recognize the concept of life interest. This has been clearly discussed in the case of Sardar Nawaz Ali Khan versus Sardar Ali Raza. The court clarified that if the life interest has been transferred, it is valid under Muslim law, but if you are creating life estate, then it is not been acknowledged and recognized under Muslim law. So it is not a valid concept. Now we will discuss another important judgment, that is Shabnam Hashmi versus Union of India. Remember student, this judgment is also one of the progressive judgment of the Supreme Court, which seems to be very neutral in nature. When I would discuss this law, I would discuss this case with the JJ Act. JJ Act of section 41, which talks about, actually जो आपका chapter 8 है, it talks about adoption. Any child who is in conflict with law or the child who is in need of care and protection is entitled to be given in adoption. तो यहाँ पर शमीमा हाशमी वर्सेस यूनियन ऑफ इंडिया में देयर वाज अ क्वेश्चन whether a Muslim who is going to adopt the child will have the all the rights and duties which are provided under this JJ Act. The answer is yes. But the issue was that कि Muslim law में there is no such concept of adoption. When there is no such concept of adoption, how can you allow the Muslim women to adopt the child under JJ Act and bound her with all the conditions? Supreme Court said that no, JJ Act is completely a neutral legislation for the purpose of the welfare of child. That is what in this judgment Supreme Court allowed the Muslim women, Muslim man, anybody else irrespective of the religion to take the adoption. Now this last judgment that I am referring here is the Shaira Bano versus Union of India. Has been very important judgment of 2017 actually, because in this judgment Supreme Court has declared the triple talaq unconstitutional. So this was the judgment which has been said that triple talaq is completely unconstitutional and we will not allow it. So basically these were all the important judgments that I have consolidated to all of the students कि आप इन सारे जजमेंट्स को अच्छे से रेफर करो और अपनी प्रिपरेशन में इनको अडॉप्ट करो कि ये जो केसेस हैं वो मुस्लिम लॉ में एटलीस्ट आप अवॉइड नहीं करोगे, बिकॉज इनके थ्रू ही आपका पूरा मुस्लिम लॉ का बेस बनता है. I hope that these cases will be very important and helpful for you and you will go through and adopt these cases to your study. Thanks for watching this video.